Hello, my name is Diana Hernandez, Communications Assistant for the City of Enid, and today with me is City Manager Jerald Gilbert. Jerald, it's good to see you.
Hello, Diana, and hello, Enid.
Oh,
it's good to be here with you again today.
Thanks. All right, let's jump right into it. Last week, January the 29th, there was a press release sent out that the area of 1029, let me make sure, Lisa Lane is going to be closed starting today, February the 1st, for 3 weeks. Now, this closure is for concrete repairs, so if you live around that area and you have to commute through that area, you may want to plan accordingly for tomorrow. And same day on January the 29th, another press release was sent out that starting tomorrow, February the 2nd, Tuesday, there is going to be a closure on 3rd Street from Princeton Street to East Cornell Avenue. Now, this is going to be for 2 days, approximately 2 days, from the hours of 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., and this is going to be for an asphalt effort. So it's pretty neat that, our streets,
Yes.
they're getting improvements. So really good to hear. Now, we're going to jump into projects. Now, something really big that's been in the works for a couple of years is the Call Lake project. And it turns out that it is Call Lake Supply Program received NEPA approval. What does that mean?
Well, that's the National Environmental Protection Agency grant, and that is a big, or not a grant, a permit. Mm-hmm. And that's a really big deal. Cultural and environmental study and survey has been in progress for several years. So it's quite a milestone in the project timeline of Call Lake. We received approval on that, so that's incredible. As the project moves forward, it will break ground this year in various different places, probably in the April or May timeframe. But that was a notable accomplishment that took years to get, just getting that approval. And ultimately that's given by the Corps of Engineers. And so we just received that, and we thought, what better way to communicate with people and let them know where we're at than let them know we just got that permit.
Thank you for that update. Now, recently the CBDG CARES Act substantial amendment was made. Now, what does that mean for the community of Enid?
What that means is CDBG every year gets a certain amount of money. Mm-hmm. This year, I believe it was around, $400,000 that was allocated out to the various different organizations. This was additional CDBG CARES money, specifically to help with COVID relief. So we've received that. We plan to use that. What that means for the public is we're going to continue to use that with the other funds that we've already used to help individuals who are having trouble with their mortgage and rent, and I'm having trouble with my mask, their mortgage, rent, and utilities. And we funnel that support through the Community Development Support Association, CDSA, and they help out with the rent control and maybe mortgages too. You need to go see them. And Catholic Charities works with people on utilities, OG&E, ONG, and the City of Enid to help people that can't pay their bills, and particularly when it's COVID related. So they handle what the criteria is, and we've, I believe we've contributed about $600,000 for that. And we anticipate this additional CDBG CARES money will be used for that probably as well, and or homeless assistance in accordance with our CDBG action plan.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, so last week, January the 26th, Tuesday, the candidate forum took place.
Yes.
Now, when is election?
The election is a week from tomorrow, February 9th. So I hope everybody registered, because I think the deadline to register to vote has already passed.
Okay.
So if you are registered to vote, please go out and vote. Take interest in your local city elections. You certainly are impacted by decisions your governing body makes. And I know when I listened to the forum, I know you were there as well, and probably the number one thing that I heard was that the city needs to work on streets.
Absolutely.
And so I was glad that you led off the program by showing that we had a press release, maybe a couple press releases about Lisa Lane and the Asphalt Program. And that's fantastic. I want to take just a minute to talk about that because as we work on streets, we really have a three-pronged approach. One is a complete street rebuild or a mill and overlay, and those projects go through engineering to design them, to prepare the specifications, and to bid them out, and ultimately those come to the City Commission to award them. Those are projects like Maple Street, between the Independence Tower and the Triangle Building, and Cherokee, down between the two parking lots by the Event Center, things like that. There are also things like the Cleveland Boulevard that we did a couple of years ago. The Asphalt Program that you talked about is a newer program that we've had the capability and been doing for about a year, a little over a year, and we're going to more aggressively pursue that program. That allows us to, with our own city employees, we have the equipment to lay down anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of asphalt on top of a bad asphalt road. We're specifically looking at asphalt roads that don't have curbs and gutters because that complicates things, and there's plenty of those roads all over the place. And so I'm excited the area they're in, that was in the press release, they're going to be laying as much asphalt this week as they can because it's supposed to get really cold next week. And it's my understanding when it gets too cold, you can't lay the asphalt, although we may be preparing more streets for asphalt. So we're going to be in that area around the fairgrounds, between 4th and Grand and south of Oxford and north of Willow, probably for the next several weeks. There's another street up there just north of the Expo Center. I believe it's Sandy Lane. We're going to work on that one. And then we're going to work on a frontage road on Highway 81 where some businesses are located and the road's gotten really bad. Warren Cat's up there. After that, we're going to move to the Southern Heights neighborhood, and we're going to work in that neighborhood. And that's probably going to be in about the March timeframe. So that program allows us to use city employees and city equipment and make a difference on our asphalt roads. The Lisa Lane is a concrete repair because that's a concrete street. We contract those repairs out. We're actually going to do a presentation next council meeting. That program's very successful. We've already spent $600,000. Lisa Lane is part of that calculation of having spent the $600,000. In fact, in the presentation it says it's pending. So it's great to know that it's already in the works as of those days. It'll take, whatever it said, a couple of 2 or 3 weeks. That takes and fixes a few panels or a drainage area on a concrete road when most of the concrete road is in good shape. And so that is what I'm very excited about that. We're going to ask the commission, we have more funding available, so we're going to ask them to appropriate more funding. So there's 3 different ways we affect streets, and I believe all 3 of them are going to be represented at the next meeting because on the regular agenda, kind of getting a little ahead, but on the regular agenda we're talking about Randolph's mill and overlay. So anyway, I'm excited about streets. We did hear people, and we do want to improve on our on getting more streets done. It certainly takes money and resources, but we're here to solve problems, the city staff, so we're trying to do that.
All right, thank you for that update. All right, let's jump into happenings that are happening here at the City of Enid and the awesome departments that work behind the scenes that you may not know them by first name because they're not on here regularly, but they always have dedicated work ethics. So one of our guys that is behind the camera is intern Kirby Scott, as you can see there on the screen. Now, on one of the pictures, Kirby is working the boom mic for a collaboration that we do with Visit Enid for more reasons to visit Enid. So, Kirby, thank you for the work that you do here. I know you are an important piece to the communications department. Also, on the other picture, Kirby is working on a project for this month of February, which is Spay and Neuter Awareness Month. And so he's putting together an exciting project, and he is working it from scratch and be able to present it to you guys sometime this month. So Kirby, thank you for all that you do. And also you did help behind the scenes, work a camera for the candidate forum. So thank you for what you do in the communications department. So guys, right now who are directing the show, you're awesome, thank you. All right, next department is the Human Resources Department. Now these guys are always going above and beyond. They do very creative things, not only to hire, but which they are hiring for a couple of positions, 3 to be exact, which is utility maintenance field operator, water production maintenance and production technician, and police officer. And this week the HR began the Don't Be Scared to Run Couch to 5K training program. Last Tuesday, a group ran a collective of 14.77 miles. So now this program is for city employees, and so if you're a city employee and you want to partake in this neat initiative, make sure you contact the HR department. Next department is Public Works. Crews sandblasting crosswalk near David Allen Memorial Ballpark in preparation of fresh paint. So even if there's not a whole lot of happenings around that area, we are thinking forward in preparations of events happening again. And next department is Parks and Recreation. Crews installing electrical lines at Meadow Lake Park. And this probably be, in preparation for a lot of neat events for the summer and also for, I feel like Christmas in the park keeps getting better and better. So, so kudos to Parks and Recreation. And next department is Technical Services. Crews completing repairs to a tower antenna. So thanks, guys, because what would we do without technology? It's interwoven to everything that we do. So thank you for what you guys do for the city of Enid. And next department is Fleet Management. Crews making repairs on a trash truck in the city's fleet. So these guys are incredible, and I remember one day that I skipped my trash pickup and realized that, oh gosh, I have to wait another week, So if these guys don't keep these important machines up, it does affect, residents. And, mine was just a slip up. But if something were to happen to this trash truck, it's a valuable, essential necessity for us residents. So thank you, Fleet Management, for what you do. Next department, Solid Waste Service. Solid waste completed road construction at the landfill. So that makes it a lot easier to commute, go in, do what you need to do, and get out. Next department is water production. Pumpage for the week was 52,241,760 gallons of water. Water production worked to keep water levels under control after a main water line was hit. And these guys are absolutely professionals because this is last year was when one of the main water lines was hit. And so it was really neat to see all these guys come together and collaborate. And they do these all the time. Yes. All the time. So it just blows my mind. I think this is
that's a lot of water.
Yes, a lot of water. All right, so next department is utility maintenance. Replace fire hydrant on Oxford and Van Buren. So most times when you think of fire hydrants, you think of the fire department, which they do work on those and they need them for certain tasks. But the fire hydrants belongs to utility maintenance. Yes. Does it not? No, yeah.
Yes.
So it's really neat. They take care of them. So whenever they are needed for the fire department, they are ready to go.
Yep.
So that's really neat. Now, next topic is the upcoming study session and commission meeting. And what do you have to share with us for those?
Well, I guess I've already given you a preview. At the study session, we're going to be talking a lot about streets, asphalt and concrete. Mm-hmm. And we're also going to get an update from Kurt Rogo, who is the city's legislative liaison. And he's going to talk about legislation of interest to the city that has to do with municipal issues. Probably the number one issue that they'll be working on is reauthorizing the remote meetings for governing body members, because by popular demand, that's been very accepted and used, and we couldn't use it after November 15th, and we're still in the pandemic. And so that's been highly requested, and I anticipate if they haven't already done that, they'll be doing it quickly, and Kurt will give us an update next Tuesday night. On the regular session, there are some street items on there. There's a Randolph water line that makes way for the street, and there's a mill and overlay. And gosh, there's several other items. You can see the agenda there. We'll have it posted. Actually, it's posted now. We're going to update it probably to make sure we get the minutes on there and a few other things. It'll be it's posted there now, and it may be updated for you to go out and look at. You can see exactly what we'll be talking about, what your commissioner will be talking about. Here at the city, we're really focused in 2021. We are focused on trying to do more on infrastructure and improving our customer service all across the board, whether it's about utility bills, whether it's about development with our local contractors and developers, or whether it's with me, returning a phone call as promptly as possible. We're really instilling a focus. I'm really proud at the city. We're putting together a training program that's going to start with supervisors, and that starts actually February 9th. The public won't necessarily see that, but I think over time they'll see the results of that, and certainly the way that we work to improve our customer service and interactions with the public. So communicating is one of the most important things. So that's why I'm here today with you. And your whole department is doing their very best to make sure that the city is communicating well with the people. So that's what we're trying to do here today, and I'm really pleased to be here. So come see the meeting if there's anything of interest. We also put those on live, YouTube and Facebook, so you don't even have to come to the meeting. You can stay at home and hopefully social distance and take the mask off and just watch it at leisure on your computer monitor or your phone.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. That's a lot of fill-in, so thank you for all that information and upcoming things that, to look out for. And another thing to look out for is Valentine's Day. As you can tell, the centerpiece that we have here. This is a really neat reminder that we're in the month of February. I know Valentine's Day can be, a little overboard, but community and those little things that don't have a price, and family and connection, and it's really important to keep that in mind. So just wanted to point out our neat decoration that our floor director set up for us. So
it's good enough to eat.
Awesome. So now we're going to jump into some COVID numbers here. And for Garfield County, total confirmed cases of COVID is 6,991. Sorry about that. And for Enid, 6,161. Total confirmed deaths in Garfield County, it's 60. And for Enid, 55. Recovered cases, 6,524. And for Enid, 5,727. And active cases for Garfield County, 407. Active cases for Enid, 379. And do you have any, encouraging remarks and any remarks to close us out?
Well, I just want to remind everybody that help is on the way. The vaccination clinics the county is putting on every day out at Garfield or at the mall here in Garfield County for Enid. And for people in Garfield County, we're still in the portion of phase 2 where the folks older than 65, the healthcare workers and the frontline workers are the ones that are eligible to go get the vaccine now. If that's one of you and you haven't gotten your vaccine yet, I encourage you to go out to the state website and sign up and show up out at the mall. I believe they're doing it in the mornings. You can go to the Garfield County Health Department's Facebook page and they'll have a schedule there for you. I think it's important for all of us to get the vaccination when our opportunity comes up, because someday we would hope to go back to something closer to normal and take the mask off and feel like we have some kind of protection against this terrible virus. So I appreciate everybody's efforts. The city's mask mandate is through the end of February. I'm sure everybody's starting to think about that again. It's February 1st. I don't know what the city's going to do. But I appreciate everybody's compliance so far. And I guess we'll find out soon what direction we take. But I know that it may take several more months of folks going to get the vaccination before we can all get to the point where the health professionals tell us that we've reached herd immunity, or whatever the terminology is going to be. I know from a lot of people, I think, feel like I do, or I feel like they do. I'm just ready to do whatever it takes to get there so we can get back to that different state of normal. We've all gotten used to this, but I can see a time when I can retire all these masks and put them in a drawer or put them in the laundry basket or do something else with them.
Absolutely.
And just have it as maybe a not so fond memory of the past that we talk about.
Right.
So.
Now, what is the city of Enid doing for rides when it comes to being
Yes, good
vaccinated?
point. If you need a ride to a shot vaccination clinic here at the mall or at the health department, just call the transit, and we ask that you call us 24 hours in advance, so you need to make your appointment anyway for the vaccination clinic, and we will come and pick you up and take you there and take you back home for free. So if you need help, call the City of Enid Transit. We're there to help you.
All right. Thank you, Jerald, for that information. And anything else that you want to share with the viewers?
No, I appreciate it. It's been a tough 2020. January's already over. I'm very optimistic about 2021. The best is yet to come, and this is going to be a great week. So see you all around town, and if you have any questions for myself, feel free to send them to jgilbert@enid.org or call me at 616-7245, or feel free to call Scott Morris, smorris@enid.org and 616-7244.
Awesome. Thank you. And thank you for watching. Join us next week, Monday, 1:30, and have a great week. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.